Chapter 1: The Diner Incident. It was late evening at a roadside diner, the kind of place where the hum of old neon lights mixed with the soft chatter of tired travelers. The smell of coffee and fried food lingered in the air, wrapping the small diner in a strangely comforting embrace. At one corner sat a young girl, maybe 15 or 16 years old, nervously pushing her straw around in a glass of soda. She wasn't like the others. Her wheelchair beside the table told a silent story of struggle and resilience. She had the kind of smile that tried to hide pain but carried a quiet strength in her eyes. Yet, instead of kindness, she became the target of cruelty. At a booth nearby, 3 teenagers laughed loudly, whispering and then bursting into taunts. "Look at her. Can't even move without those wheels," one sneered. Another mimicked the way her hands trembled slightly while lifting her drink. Their laughter cut through the diner, drawing glances, but no one stepped in. Customers looked down at their plates, waitresses pretended to be busy, and the girl's face turned red with embarrassment as her eyes filled with tears she fought hard to hold back. And then the rumble came. At first faint, then louder, shaking the glass windows, the sound of motorcycles. Heads turned as 5 leather-clad bikers rolled into the parking lot, their boots thudding heavily as they stepped inside. They looked rough, their jackets patched with symbols and scars of the road, but their presence commanded silence. Without saying a word, they scanned the room, eyes falling instantly on the cruel laughter aimed at the girl. The leader, a tall man with a rugged beard and kind yet fierce eyes, walked over to her table and bent slightly. "Hey, sweetheart," he said gently, "mind if we sit with you?" She looked shocked, then slowly nodded. The bikers sat around her, shielding her with their presence like an iron wall. The bullies' laughter faltered, but one of them tried to keep it up. "What, you guys hanging out with her now? She's—" Before he could finish, the leader's hand slammed down on the table, making plates rattle. His voice was low but powerful. "Say another word, kid, and you'll regret it." The diner fell completely silent. The bullies froze, suddenly small in their bravado, while the bikers ordered food and included the girl in their conversation as if she was the most important person in the world. For the first time that night, she smiled freely. But the story wasn't over. What the bikers did next left everyone stunned. Chapter 2: What happened next? As the bullies shrank back into their seats, trying to disappear, the bikers decided to make a point. "You see, kid," the leader said, turning his sharp gaze toward the group of teens, "strength isn't about mocking someone weaker. Strength is standing up when no one else does." He gestured to the girl. "This young lady has more courage than all 3 of you combined. She fights battles every single day you can't even imagine, and instead of respecting that, you try to humiliate her. Not in my presence. Not ever." His words cut deep, echoing through the silent diner. The bullies had no reply. Their cocky grins had vanished. The bikers then did something unexpected. They stood up and lifted their hands, signaling to the girl. "Come with us," the leader said warmly. Hesitant but curious, she rolled her wheelchair forward. The bikers guided her outside, where their motorcycles glistened under the neon lights. One of them gently helped her onto a custom bike with a sidecar specially designed for rides like this. "We're going for a ride," he said, handing her a helmet. "You're one of us now." Her eyes widened, disbelief mixing with excitement, and for the first time, she felt powerful, free, and included. The engines roared, and the group took off into the night, the girl's laughter ringing out as the wind brushed against her face. The bullies, watching from the diner window, could only stare in shame and awe. When they returned, the diner erupted into applause. People stood up, clapping, tears in their eyes, moved by the sight of a girl who had walked in alone, broken, and rolled out with a new family by her side. The leader turned back toward the bullies one last time. "Remember this moment. Mocking someone doesn't make you strong. Respect does. Compassion does. If you ever forget, think of tonight." The bullies lowered their heads, ashamed, while the girl held her head high. That night, the diner wasn't just a diner anymore. It became the stage of a lesson the world needed. Kindness is louder than cruelty, and sometimes the roughest-looking people carry the biggest hearts. So if this story touched you, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, share this video, and join us in spreading powerful messages like this. Because the world needs more people who stand up, more people who choose kindness over hate, and more hearts brave enough to fight for what's right.